Hi there guys, welcome to another episode. Right, show season is really close, and there's one thing that I really want to do to our list before we start going to any shows. And what I want to do is to clean the wheels up, and not only clean them up, I want to repaint them. So as you can see, I took the wheels off and I want to repaint them. So let's have a look at these wheels. So I've already taken the tires off. Now the tyres themselves, I've not driven a fantastic amount in the car, but as you can see, there's 7 mil left on these tyres. So they were pretty much brand new when I bought them. Brand new tyres, fairly looking wheels. Now, as I say, I want to get a set of banded steels, and I do have a set of wheels there that I want to band eventually. They've got the winter tyres on at the moment, but I want to band them eventually. But at the moment, I feel I probably won't have time to do it, and show season is really close now. So I've took the decision that I'm going to fix up and paint these wheels. So as you can see, most of them look pretty similar. There's a bit of curb rash on them. There's a few marks. I mean, they're not brand new wheels or anything like that. There's a few marks on them. They're not too bad. This is probably the worst one. It's been on the front. I've already been around it a little bit with a bit of sandpaper, but this is probably the worst one, and it's not that bad as such. It's definitely salvageable and savable, and it'll look a lot nicer when it's done. So like I say, most of them are pretty similar. The two rear ones look a little bit better than the two front ones. But what I'm going to do now is take them over to the wash bay, and we're going to give them a good clean before we start to do any more. Right, so that's the wheels. So what I've got to do the job is a set of wheel brushes to get in all the nooks and crannies. And what I'm going to use to clean them is this Sonax Extreme. I looked online to find out what people recommend, and this was one that a lot of people recommended. So I have no idea, but we're going to give it a go. Basically just spray it on and wait for it to go purple, and then wash it off. Well, they've definitely not been cleaned in many years, and definitely not at the time I've owned them. So they definitely went purple. A lot of the crap has come off, but not all of it, and I wasn't really expecting a lot of it to come off. So I'm going to rinse these off now and see what they look like afterwards. Right, so I've cleaned these maybe 2 or 3 times. I tried to clean these, but in there, I can't get in there at all with anything. It's been there for many many years, and I just can't get in there to get it clean. So I think I've got an idea. I sandblasted it. We've got a sandblasting unit here at the workshop, so I've given it a quick blast off and have a look at the backside. Look at that. There is not a chance I would have ever gotten it that clean with just a cleaner. So all of them are going in the blaster now, and it's like 5 minutes. It literally took about 5 minutes to get to this stage, so it's not even worth me trying to go anymore. I'm just gonna blast them now. So I did notice while I was blasting that it looks like we've got quite a gentle sand in the blaster, because here is the aluminium underneath the wheel. So what I've basically done is taken off the silver paint that was on the top and probably left the primer. So this will probably just take a top coat straight onto it. I probably will put an etch primer on here anyway. I've definitely got to put it on these areas here where the aluminium's come through. So what I'm going to do now is clean up things like this curb rash here, these marks here, and I'm going to use this Scotch Brite stuff to start with. If that works to get rid of the big marks here, then I'll use that. If not, then I've got an orbital sander and I'll just go around the edges and clean them up. Anywhere that does go silver like this, where the aluminium comes through, that's definitely going to need etch primer on it, but I'll probably etch primer the whole thing anyway. Right, so that's all 4 ground down, ready for primer. Now I've gone around the edges here. Mainly it was just the edges where the curb rash was. Some of them didn't need a lot. Now this one is the one that was the worst one, and it's not fantastic still. Still got a bit of a mark here. Don't know whether I can get that out. Don't know whether I want to grind too much more on this, but it's a lot better than what it was. It's fairly straight now, this wheel is. So what I'm going to do now is go over all the wheels with a tack cloth, get rid of all the sand and dust and everything, and then an etch primer. So the car primer I'm using is some etch primer by Car Systems, bought from my friends at Färgprodukter Plym in Norrland, where I normally buy my paint from. So a really good product. So we're now going to apply this. So I've got 2 cans of this. It should be enough for 4 13-inch wheels, both inside and outside. So I'll probably etch prime the whole wheel, to be honest. Right, so that is the primer on, and that looks pretty good, I think. So the paint I've gone for, again from Färgprodukter, is something called 7000. So it's a dark grey, 2-component paint, a 2K paint. So basically you've got this little thing in the lid here. You turn the can over, so you shake it for 2 minutes, this can. You turn the can over, and then you put that on the bottom there and you press it down till it clicks, and that mixes the hardener into the paint. I'm looking forward to this. It should be a really good paint, this one. Well, that is the wheel that was the most damaged, and it looks fantastic if you ask me. I am really happy with how that turned out. They are going to look fantastic. So I'm going to leave them to dry now for about 24 hours, and then I can start putting the tyres back on again, I think, and fitting them on the car. Let me know what you think. What colour would you have gone with that colour car? It's Aztec bronze, kind of. It's like a Porsche salmon actually, but it's supposed to be Aztec bronze. That's the colour I've gone for. That's the colour of the car. What would you have gone for? Let me know in the comment section below.
3 days later.
They are looking amazing. Now close up you can probably see, well, you might not be able to see, but I can see they're not perfect. They would have been better in a spray booth and things like that. These were done with a rattle can in the middle of a workshop. So for what they are, I'm happy with them. And as I said already, these are temporary wheels, so cheap, quick fix, and they look really nice. So I'm now going to fit new valves to each one of them, and then I'm going to start putting the tyres back on again. Well, there they go then. All four wheels now fitted to the car. I think they look all right. I'd really like to know your guys' opinion. What do you think? Right or wrong colour? What would you have gone for? Something darker, something lighter, totally different colour? Let me know in the comments down below. I'd really like to know. So I'm done now with the wheels on this car for the moment. As I said earlier, I want to get a set of banded steels on there, but I probably won't get around to it before August. If I do, then that's a bonus. If I don't, I'm not worried. I've got these and they look all right. What's missing at the moment is the center cap. These wheels are really tiny center caps. They're only 50 mil. Normally they're over 50 mil, but these ones are tiny. So I've had to order a set. So they're on the way, and hopefully they'll be here next week probably. I'll put my links up to my social media, my Facebook and my Instagram. So if you like what you've seen, please press that subscribe button. I'll see you in the next video. Just a bit of a hint, the next video is a big one, and I mean a big one. So make sure that you go down now, you press that subscribe button so you don't miss anything. But thanks a lot for watching. I'll see you in the next episode, and bye bye.